In this video, I will talk about time shifts and tenses. This video is pretty short. I just want to remind you of a few things about verb tenses in your writing, some things to pay attention to when you are using different verb tenses as you write. So the first thing I want you to pay attention to is think about the subject of your writing. What are you writing about? Are you writing about a story that takes place in the past? Are you writing about facts or a routine, habits that are true now? Are you writing about something, a prediction that you want to make for the future? Well, depending on what you're writing about, that determines what time or what tense you should be using. So if I'm writing a story about something that happened in the past, obviously I should use past tenses, simple past tense, past progressive, and past perfect. If I'm writing about a routine or a habit, then I want to use simple present tense to talk about that. I want to use present tenses to talk about what I'm writing about. Also, make sure that you use the correct time words. So if you are writing a story about the past, make sure that you use words like yesterday, or last week, or 3 days ago, so that your reader understands that you're talking about the past. Give them some clues to let them know what time you're talking about. Make sure that you don't use the wrong verb tenses with the wrong time words, otherwise you'll confuse your reader. And then finally, in your writing, sometimes we change what we're writing about. Sometimes we talk about a story that happened in the past, but then something in the present has changed that. So use your time words to show that shift, to show that, right, shift. The word shift means change. You're showing that the time has changed, and you can't just all of a sudden change the time without letting the reader know that you're changing the time. And basically what that means is that without a time word, you cannot change your time verb tenses. So if you're using past tense verbs, you have to stick with past tense verbs until you use a time word to show that change. So for example, I might say something like, last week I was sick, but I feel better. This is confusing. I have a past tense verb here and a simple present tense verb here, but I didn't use any time changes to show my reader that. So what might be better to do to help my reader out a little bit would be to say, but today I feel better. Now, today, this is a green light for my reader to show that I have changed the time that I'm talking about, and now I have changed the verb tense that I'm talking about. Okay? All right, that's it for verb tense and time shifts. Short video, just a couple of quick reminders about how to use verb tenses and how to change verb tenses when you're writing.